It's a Smithy flex. Bow. Okay. Stupidness out of the way. Um, some days are just tough, dude. Like, some days are just really tough, and for no reason either. I'm trying to dig deep to give some kind of motivational words, but I don't have much. I don't have much motivation to me right now. I feel like I've kind of detached from the world a little bit. I feel like I've kind of detached from, I guess, the part of me that is super motivating and, you know, wanting to be uplifting to others. I kind of wanted to do this because it's a challenge for me to keep doing that, you know, and keep myself focused on the right things, you know. Maybe kind of weird, you know, I don't know. Maybe this is a waste of my time and of your time. But, you know, I feel like I've got some things worth saying out loud, you know, in public to other people. Like, I feel like there's some worthwhile things in there somewhere. Not because I'm smart or anything, just because I've lived through some tough times and I've done stupid things and a couple not so stupid things. Oh yeah. Got some ginger. Some ginger garlic ground turkey is what this is going to be. So, hey, what if we did this? So, I already consider myself a survivor of cancer. You know, it's something that I've fought and gone through chemo, gone through treatment, and you know, got the scars to prove it. And I'm on the other end of it. You know, I feel like I really have just kicked its ass and it's not coming back, and that's kind of how I view it. However, technically, I am not a survivor until I have been in remission for 5 years. And honestly, I don't even fucking know how long I've been in remission. I'm not even in this shot right now. I'm doing dishes, but let me wash this spatula real quick. You know, I I genuinely believe that I have beat cancer, and I don't think it's coming back. I still have the fear, obviously, like that. The fear of cancer returning is kind of one of those things that's like a always in the back of your mind type of thing. It's not really in my opinion, unless you just, I don't know. I was gonna say something kind of mean, but I don't really know, man. Like if you can go through cancer and not have any fear about it coming back at all, never lose any sleep, never have any concerns whatsoever, fucking good on you, man. Because this is, it's tough, right? It's really tough. So, yeah, I think ooh, what else should we put on here? Let's put some of this lemon juice on here. Yeah, I think, you know, I think my whole attitude throughout getting diagnosed with cancer and having cancer and all that shit, I think it was all like very much fuck cancer and kind of utilizing that fear in a way where it just like I tried to galvanize myself into action to where no matter what happened, like no matter what came my way, I was just like good, you know, like it was like this is not even going to be a thing. Oh, you know, okay, real frustration here. You see how this sleeve is all tight and shit, and it looks all sculpted, and then on this side it's kind of loose. It's probably the biggest insecurity I have about having one arm. So like if you ever notice me just like standing here and doing this number, it's because I'm trying to get my sleeve to like kind of tighten on my arm over here a little bit. So I'm like trying to act all like, oh, I'm fucking swole. But it's just it's never going to be perfectly asymmetrical, you know. I've got a little bit of muscle developed, but you can probably tell like if I'm just genuinely trying to flex my tricep, like this is not, it doesn't really fully activate. It's really hard for me to get muscle activation. And you can see like this, I don't remember what this is called, but this head of the tricep is very small. My tricep overall is very small. So like whenever I'm doing this and I'm trying to make it look all big, like that's partly because I'm just pulling my arm against my side and it's like making it look bigger. There's not much of a tricep flex there. And because of the imbalance, I don't ever actually do any kind of arm workouts because I don't want this arm to be bigger than Smithy. So it's kind of a insecurity there. Anyways, what the fuck was I saying? I don't even remember what I was saying anymore. Something about, you know, kind of transmuting the fear of cancer into just like, fuck it, I'm gonna do everything in my power to crush this and just make it my bitch. So like my motto to this day, it still is, even though I consider myself a survivor, even though I've only been in remission for maybe a year and a couple months. Even though, you know, I've only been in remission for a year and a few months, I definitely consider myself a survivor already. And I don't think that's common. You know, I think a lot of people are like kind of quaking in their boots until they get to year 5. So what I might do is like, hey, what if I documented my process of going from, got a bunch of steam. What if I documented this process of becoming a survivor, So, just something like this. Like, I'm literally just cooking my ground turkey, having my lunch here, and, you know, I've been thinking for a while, like, I really want to give back to the cancer community in some way. Like, I wanna try to help, but I'm not a doctor, and I'm not even a nutritionist. I'm not really anything, right? I'm just a regular Joe Blow dude who, I would like to just help lift people's spirits. So maybe something that I could do here is document this process for myself. I mean, shit, I've always wanted to do something with my personal brand, and, I've always wanted to do something meaningful for just to help others. And so I guess this would be an opportunity to do that. But the crappy thing, or what I've thought is like the crappy thing for a long time, is like there's nothing really special about my life. Like I don't do anything extraordinary for work. Like, I'm not some genius doctor, or I'm not an engineer. Um, you know, my work is pretty simple and pretty humble. I mean, it's kind of cool. Like, I'm a director of marketing, so like, oh, cool, job title. But it's like, small business, um, just kind of getting leads for that business, that type of thing. Um, anyways, enough about me. I think, you know, I could probably find different things to talk about relating to cancer. I feel like I could, find different parts of my story that I could kind of talk about and maybe display to the world, and I can kind of just show my life and what I'm doing for myself to try to stay healthy and to try to, keep cancer from coming back. Um, I just don't want this to turn into like a online dispute of you know, who has the best meal plan for cancer, who has the best fucking treatment plan for cancer. Because at the end of the day, it's my belief that our mental health leads our physical health. So our physical health will follow the trajectory of our mental health. So if this is your flat line, and if your mental health is doing this, it's going up and to the left, right? Well, that's my left. I don't think that's your left. Anyways, if it's doing this, if your mental health's doing that, well, guess what? Your physical health is also going to do that. If your mental health is doing that, physical health is also going to do that. And that's not something that anybody teaches you or talks about whenever you get cancer. And, for good reason too, because it's like, you don't want to tell a cancer patient that, hey, this is your fault that you got sick. And like, and I understand that. It's like you almost don't want to make them feel like they are to blame. However, when you do that, when you say, oh, this was totally by chance and it's purely genetics that you got this disease, for me it was not helpful, because that also meant that there was nothing I could do about it other than take these drugs, show up once every 3 weeks, get injected with fucking battery acid, chemo, whatever the fuck, doxorubicin, the red devil, and go home and be sick until your next one, right? I didn't really like that. I didn't fully ever accept that. So I might talk about some of the things that I have done. They're most certainly not what most cancer survivors have done or do. So, yeah, I would say I would steal the line from the Hodge twins here and say, all of this is just advice. Do whatever the fuck you want to do. Something like that. So, yeah, I'm not a bodybuilder. I'm not a expert on nutrition. I'm not an expert on cancer. I'm just a regular fucking dude. And if you want to feel less alone on your journey to health, journey to recovery, and all that, then yeah, 100%. Just, follow along. Comment what you're doing to try to stay healthy and to kick cancer's ass and make cancer your little bitch. But, yeah, I think I'm going to try to keep doing this thing. I want to keep putting myself out there, putting my story out there. Hopefully it'll resonate with somebody and help somebody. Again, not necessarily any like practical things. I mean, maybe there's something in here practical that people will take away from. But this is really just for me to keep myself sane to a degree. And, maybe hopefully help somebody get through something that sucks. Because something that I think something that, to be totally honest, I know I said just a minute ago that I've considered myself a cancer survivor this whole time, right? Like I have, and I've said those words, but there's a big difference in saying those words every day and believing those words every day. And there's plenty of days that I am scared that my cancer's coming back. There's plenty of days that I'm scared that it's gonna fucking kill me, and that, I had, so I'm using that language because I don't want the shit to come back, so I'm not gonna say I have. I had diffuse large B-cell lymphoma, whatever the fuck that means, but basically, shit was in my lymph nodes. And, that was scary because it spreads pretty quickly, and fortunately we caught it somewhat early. I think it was like in intermediate stages by the time we actually started treatment. But it was early whenever I first started getting scans. And, yeah, fuck, I lost my train of thought. What was I saying? Hold on, let me top my kale here with some olive oil. Oh yeah, some good stuff. I use a lot of olive oil. What was I saying? I started looking at this food. I'm starving. It's looking good. Ooh! Honey, I'm home. That's gonna be good. Anyways, I don't really remember what the fuck I was saying, but basically, yeah, I know I had said earlier that I don't even consider myself a cancer patient anymore because I'm like, oh, fuck that. I'm past all that. I'm a survivor already, blah, blah, blah. But, there's always an asterisk there. It's scary sometimes, like you got just, oh, I remember what I was saying now. The shit was in my lymph nodes. So this side of my neck was like swollen, like all the way out like that. It was like you couldn't even see my jawline on the side, right? And so now, anytime I get sick, like I'll still have like, I'll get those just little bitty lymph nodes that kind of swell up in your neck right here. Like I've got a tiny one right now. It's gone back down, but I got sick a couple weeks ago and it was swollen. And like when that happens and I feel my lymph nodes, honestly, they're probably just doing what they're supposed to do. They're probably doing their job, trying to keep me healthy. But to me, mentally, I'm like, oh, fuck, is this back? I'm scared. What does this mean? And yeah, it's hard to really just believe that when it's gone, So I guess the reason I'm saying all this is that I think my process for coping with this will be to just talk about this stuff with you guys, and hopefully somebody out there listening will benefit from these little chats. Maybe not, maybe nobody is going to get anything out of it, and that's okay too, but maybe it'll at least help me kind of come to grips with my process here. So that's my thought. I'm getting some avocado here on my plate. Yeah, another thing about making videos like this, which I'm honestly just now thinking about, is this will help me stay more accountable. I don't have like a crazy strict, I don't have some kind of ridiculous, that avocado looks kind of weird. I think I'm going to toss this guy. This avocado's been in my fridge for weeks. I think he's just about done. There's pieces of him that are kind of hard. But yeah, so, I think a benefit of doing this, for me at least, is that I get to have a sense of community with all of this, because, I haven't really just found like a great community of cancer patients or like survivors. It's tough because I think for a lot of people it's like just a fucking depressing thing, and I'm like, I don't want to surround myself with depressed sick people. I want to surround myself with healthy survivors and people that are people that are out here kicking ass and taking names. I like to think of myself as a driven individual. Let me show you what I got going here. We got some ground turkey. Oh, can't hold my camera right. Got some ground turkey, avocado, and kale. Nice little high protein snack here. See if I can hold you a Smithy. I'm not going to risk that. What I will do is set you there for a second. Get this plate here. Ooh, let's get over here in the light. Ooh. Oh man. Oh yeah, man. So where should I eat? I'm gonna eat at I'll just eat at the desk. This light's pretty bright, but it's all good. Fuck. Trying to do too much with only one hand here. Okay. So, anyways, I need a fork. Oh, and another thing is that this is kind of random, but I think chemo brain is super real. Honestly, like I didn't ever want to like really admit to myself that cognitively I feel different now. But it's a real thing. I'm like, my memory, like I will just randomly forget shit so much. I'll forget what I'm talking about. Like with work, I'll have things that I need to do that I'll just totally forget about. I've had to really, well, I still suck at using a calendar, but I've had to try more at using a calendar. Mm. 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 That's good. I probably don't want to sit here and make you, whoever may ever see this video, don't want to make you sit here and watch me eat, but oh, I love avocado so much. Yeah. So, anyways, I feel like maybe maybe this is just something I'll kind of do. Mostly for me. I've got some videos from whenever I first got diagnosed. It was the first 30 days on chemo. I recorded videos every day. Journaled every day. That was cool. I was also just too focused on myself, like in a very like health sense. Like I was too focused on just trying to keep my diet where it needed to be, and like focusing on socializing every day and just kind of doing the things that I needed to do for my own mental health more than anything. I was so focused on those things that the idea of posting those videos and like putting them out there just sounded kind of just it just seemed like a lot. And I was also posting on Instagram at the time, so I was doing that, and that was a lot of work. Felt like a lot of work. I don't even use social media anymore, but yeah, I feel like YouTube is really, it's got to be like the only platform that I'll realistically put this stuff out there on. So I feel like a habit that I would like to start is kind of being more grateful and praying and just kind of getting in touch with God a little bit also, because I think that's something else that I'm totally all over the place. Like I'm literally just saying whatever comes to mind for me, because that's kind of what this is for me. But my sense of spirituality, whatever you want to call it, my relationship with God, has really taken a turn for the better after getting diagnosed with cancer, because maybe it's not this way for everybody, but for me, it's been very much a surrender. surrendering of the outcome. Like, I'm not surrendering as in like I just give up, but I'm surrendering as in this might take me out. You know, it's cancer. It's like, I don't know if I will live through this. I don't know if I'm going to get incredibly sick. Don't know any of those things. I don't know what the hell is going to happen with this. And in the midst of all of that, I'm going to do absolutely everything in my power to have a positive impact on my health and on my recovery. So that's an intention that I kind of want to not lose sight of, because life is a lot better whenever I feel grateful for what I have, and whenever I feel like there's something bigger than me at play, you know? So, yeah, I don't know. That's just something have been thinking about a little bit as well. But anyways, I'm going to eat this food and probably end this video here. So, yeah, thanks for coming along with me on this journey. I think it's kind of crazy that I just decided to pick up the camera and start recording today, because I've really had it on my heart to do something like this, and this feels good. Like, it feels like the right thing to do. So, we'll see. We shall see. I'm going to go ahead and eat, and maybe I'll do more of these. I think I might. I might really try to see how long I can keep this as a secret and just keep it out, putting it out there for anybody who needs it, but also not, like, I don't want this to be something that people know me for necessarily. Like, I just want this to be something that, like, I can feel good about getting things off my chest, talking about, and also hopefully helping somebody out there, you know? So, anyways, I will see you in the next one. Peace.